Counselor Demas,
Here.
Pedri, Bingham,
Here.
Malonis, Thompson,
Here.
Hickerson,
Here.
Hanson,
Here.
Zadi,
Here.
Mayor Mickelson.
Before we move forward with our agenda, I think it would be appropriate, given the events of the weekend, to observe a moment of silence for the two firefighters that were killed in Idaho. And then there was a young man, a teenager, who was a firefighter intern who was shot and killed in North Carolina. So if you could join us with that, please. Thank you. And that brings us to our consent agenda. First up, we have the City Council meeting minutes of June 17th, 2025. We have an appointment of Tani Alton for the third term on the Rock Springs Box Art Committee. We have the Joint Powers Combined Communications Board meeting minutes of May 19th, 2025, and the Joint Powers Telecom Board meeting minutes of May 22nd, 2025. We have a letter regarding a community-wide campaign for the J Foundation for Mental Health Awareness and Suicide Prevention, and we have some folks here to speak to us about that during petitions. And then a letter from International Days regarding the city's sponsorship of its 2020-25 event. Council, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Councilor Hickerson. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Demas. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, bringing us to presentations and proclamations. And this evening, we have a presentation from the Urban Renewal Agency Christmas and the Park Committee update with Nicole Hartford, chairperson, presenting. If you'd like to come up to the podium. Thank you.
Good evening. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Nicole Hartford, and I'm presenting to you today on behalf of the Christmas in the Park Committee. First, we would like to extend a heartfelt thank you for approving this year's Parks and Rec budget line dedicated to lighting the trees in Bunning Park for the month of December. Without the city's support, this event simply would not be possible. The committee would like to take 5 minutes of your time this evening to announce to the public that today kicks off our annual Christmas in July fundraising. 100% of the funds raised during this month go directly into expanding Christmas in the park. Things like buying more lights, photo op displays, and other attractions. We have some very exciting things we are looking forward to add to the park this year, and this early fundraising push is essential to being able to make those things a reality. We want this council and community members to know that while, yes, it does feel quite early to begin raising funds or even thinking about Christmas, we need to be able to purchase these items from vendors very early in the fall to allow for manufacturing, shipping, and of course the inevitable delay or two. We must have all these purchases in our hands before November so we can begin creating an installation plan. An event of this magnitude certainly takes many months of work to be successful, and we are grateful to everyone who supports this endeavor, particularly during the month of July. Tonight, we would like to share with everyone that many local merchants are participating in our fundraising events. As you shop around town and see these posters by the register, we hope you will consider donating. As you can see, you can donate various dollar amounts from as little as $1 to as much as $100, as indicated by the sticker ornaments, and you can help the merchant decorate their tree. 100% of these proceeds go directly into the event. We have also begun our social media campaign on the Downtown Rock Springs Facebook and Instagram pages, where you can scan our QR code to donate directly. We will also be approaching local businesses with sponsorship information, so please keep an eye out for communication regarding that. On behalf of the Christmas in the Park Committee, thank you so much for your time tonight, and thank you for your continued support. And I believe we have some gifts to hand out. Oh, thanks, Daniel.
Give everybody one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're getting exercise stretch.
And the poster is for us to put up here at City Hall?
Keep it, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, that would be great.
Oh, neat. Yeah, really? Hungry people.
Oh, wait. Council, do you have any questions or comments?
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
I just want to say that last year, it was just amazing down there in Bunning Park, and I look forward to it growing every year and being a wonderful thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
It was truly an amazing event. I don't think in the entire time that I've lived in Rock Springs that I've seen something that was so universally loved by our community. So that was outstanding, and I can't wait to see it this year. So thank you.
Great, thank you.
Okay, that brings us to petitions and public comment. If you'd like to address the council and I, please approach the podium. And if you'd identify yourselves and what, if any, group you represent.
Mayor, Councilman, my name is Shirley Ann, and I'd like you to look at that picture. And this one here. Here. And this is my brother, Edward. He was in Vietnam, and he didn't come back the same, and he died of that orange that they had there. He had cancer throughout his whole body. This other one is my cousin, Draculich. He died in Afghanistan with a bomb when he was, him and his other soldiers that was going. Okay. Okay, they're here to be by my side because they died for my rights for my First Amendment. We all have First Amendments, okay? That is very true. And even you all have First Amendments. And so I would just like to ask a couple of questions, Max, because you've got people confused. I'm not confused, but the senior citizens, they're kind of confused at what you had said, that they feel that you're talking about them, okay? Do you remember Mitchelson addresses corruption allegations in video message? Okay. This is what they really want to know is, what did you mean, okay? Mickelson went to explain corruption has a specific definition, saying some people see the city do something they don't like, and they call it corruption. We make an ordinance change, and they're unhappy with it, he said. Nodding corruption involves public officials using their positions to dishonestly benefit themselves. Now, this one's a really good one. It's an old, nasty conversation. I wish you could have been there to listen. He told viewers, if they are not proud of Rock Springs and they are not willing to contribute to make it a better place, they're not stuck here. There are other places you can go where maybe you'll be a happier person. I would encourage you to do that, he said. In the meantime, if you do care about Rock Springs, you want to be a better place, you want it to be a better place, we're super glad that you're here, and we hope to keep working with you. At the end of the day, we are here for principles and for the people not to get involved in a bunch of petty spats. Okay? He expressed the importance of protecting the constitutional rights. Do you believe in the First Amendment? Do you also believe that you're telling me to, and the old folks to get out of town if we don't like the way the city is going? That, we should, do we not have the First Amendment to ask questions and to ask how we feel that what's going up and what's going on here in the city? This was a little childish. But they do want to know. I'm representing people that cannot come, scared to come. They look at that and they think, well, Max, you're trying to tell them leave town, when they sit there and they talk about corruption of all these years, everything. And then what's going on here with the secret combination that they've got, and the taxpayers don't get to know anything, and they talk. The old timers talk. And they get scared because they feel that if they say anything or that they're going to be reprimanded or tell you, leave town.
Is there a question in there, Mrs. Sekeli?
Well, can you explain yourself?
Oh, I
what I
absolutely
meant. Sorry.
stand behind that statement, and I'm directly addressing the people who never have anything positive to say about our community, who consistently speak poorly of the city, who speak poorly of our school district, who speak poorly of our hospital, who speak poorly of their neighbors at Walmart. And it's America. And if you're really that unhappy in our community, I don't want you to stay here and be unhappy. And so I want you to find a place where you can be happy.
I see what you're saying. I was born and raised here. There's a lot of people that were born and raised here, and there's a lot of them that came over and have been here so much longer than you have. I can say I've been here longer than them, but they've been here longer than that. And they have a First Amendment that says that they can ask questions. And it don't matter if it's on corruption or if it's on abuse or whatever they feel that the city council is doing. That's their First Amendment. That's their rights. You can't take those rights away from them. You can't, Max. You could try. I know that, I know that I told you everything in that office, me and you alone in the office, and I told you about JFC Corporation, and I even gave you the evidence. I gave you the names. Don't say that I didn't. Anyway, so you did get that, and we talked about it and stuff like that. So then this is my concerns, and then the former Mayor Como, he got caught, but corruption breeds corruption. I've got the names, I've got everything. And then the second time, he did get caught, and they did. They did investigate him and did their thing in that. The thing that bothers me the most, and I think you need to know, the thing that bothers me the most is when in your room, me and you alone, we talked about Tim. We talked about everything he's done in that. And you told me but he's taught you a whole lot. He's taught you a whole lot. And so I kind of looked at, maybe I better look at things a little different here. Maybe I better check out some things a little bit different, Max. And I need to ask you a couple of questions,
Ms. Sekeli?
please. Yeah.
That's your time for this evening.
Well, I'm going to talk
No,
to Rick.
Ms. Sekeli, you can speak.
Why? Are you afraid that these people are going to know what's going on in the secret combination?
Ms. Sekeli,
thing
you're
that you
out of
have?
order.
Oh.
This council has set a time limit on public comment, and you've reached it, and we look forward to seeing you at our next council meeting.
How long do we have?
6 minutes.
6 minutes? You said 5 minutes before, remember?
It's a soft 5 minute. If you'd like me to hold you to a hard 5 minute, I'm more than happy to accommodate you.
And you know what that reason was for? We talked about that in your office and why you took it to 5 and what your counselors had told you. Yeah. Oh, I'll be back.
But we know you
I'll
will.
be back
and we look
more
forward to
than
it.
you know. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to tell you,
Ms. Sekeli,
there's nothing like the state's attorney general's office.
you're out of time.
Yeah.
Your Honor, can I say one thing? It is fine if you call everybody up here corrupt and say whatever disparaging comments you want. When you start talking about appointees, you are not allowed the same freedoms with them as you are with elected officials.
Did I
Yes, you
call
have
you
freedom of
corrupt?
speech.
Did
That
I
does
call
not
you
mean you are
corrupt?
free from any sort.
Did I call you corrupt?
You did not call me
Have
corrupt.
I
You
ever
appointed
called you
members.
Ms.
corrupt?
You're
Sekeli,
appointing
Councilor
people
Hickerson has
corrupt.
the privilege of speaking, but your time is up, so please take a seat.
See how the game is played, guys? That's fine. I understand.
Who else would like to address us this evening?
Good evening. My name is Addison Sellers.
I'm Kira Lane.
I'm Kinsey Demori.
I'm Jordan Rodriguez. And I'm Cajun Powell.
And we're students from Rock Springs High School, and we're in the Health Academy. And we're here to talk to you guys about the J Foundation, and this really matters to us. It's a nonprofit that focuses on mental health and suicide awareness, especially for teens like us.
The J Foundation was started after the loss of Jay Bing, a young male from Pinedale, and he died by suicide. And since then, it's become a movement that encourages people to slow down, check in, and take care of each other's, also known as boot checks. And as students, we see a lot of people struggling silently, and it's something we feel needs way more attention, especially in schools in our community.
Our class is running a campaign to support the J Foundation and get people talking about mental health in a real way. We're doing things like helping at International Days, hosting a music bingo night, and planning a raffle to raise money and awareness. We've also been reaching out to local businesses, sharing the message, and spreading kindness around school. Even the small things can start a big conversation.
What we're asking from you is simple, just support. That could be us help us spreading the word, giving the J Foundation a space at city events, or encouraging donations. Anything helps. We have to raise over $65,000, and we also have some seniors from Black Butte helping us. And having your support would show the community that mental health matters in Rock Springs.
Thank you so much for letting us speak. We really believe that with the city's help, we can help make Rock Springs a place where people feel safe, supported, and not alone. We'd love for you to be a part of the J Foundation and help make a real difference. Thank you.
Before I turn it over to council, I was privileged to participate in the J Foundation presentation at an event at the University of Wyoming. And it is a wonderful organization that does outstanding work. And I'm certain that the city is more than happy to boost your message and give space and do what we can to support your work. And I've been visiting with some folks who hopefully will pony up the kind of support that you really need, which is some dollars. So with that, council?
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Just want to commend you for stepping up and taking leadership in this and helping out our community, because we all know mental health is a challenge for everybody. And it seems it does impact our youth quite a bit, pretty severely. And just let people know that it's okay, and you're going to feel overwhelmed at times. You're going to feel lonely. You're going to feel a lot of pressure, but it's not, there's no shame in asking for help or reaching out. And that's a message we need to spread to everybody. So thank you for what you're doing.
Your Honor. Yes. How are you guys raising the money? What kind of funds are you doing to raise your money?
We've reached out to several businesses. We've been dropping off letters, which we have a few copies of, just asking for business donations. We're also going to have a bake sale and 50-50 raffle at International Days. We're doing a raffle to raise more money, and also a music bingo night.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
We will, again, last September for Suicide Prevention Month, we did a series of events, and I'll definitely loop you guys in. I'll call your mom. And we'll get it sorted.
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
What does JA stand for?
It's named after Jay Bing. So the foundation started because he lost his life to suicide.
Yes, I want to tell you how much I appreciate all you're doing. I'm really passionate about mental health, especially suicide. My best friend, he committed suicide. So, we always talk about reach out, ask for help. I'd like to see some more concrete things. We don't talk about how important exercise is. That's one of the most important things you can do for your health. How about sleep? You guys ever talk about how important sleep is to somebody's mental health? How about nutrition? Everything begins and ends with nutrition, especially when it comes to mental health. There's a lot of things that we could take a look at. That's why I'm excited about Robert F. Kennedy and Make America Healthy Again. See, we're getting some of them food dyes out of our foods. I think we got a lot of mental health issues when we feed somebody Fruit Loops and send them to school. It breaks my heart to see our youth, that Kerry Awards and that guy there. So, keep up the good work, but don't forget about the things that help mental health. Your sleep, good friends, getting outside, putting your phone down, real solid things like that could help everybody. Everybody's got to help themselves. At the end of the day, it's a do-it-yourself program. So, good job, guys. Keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. And let us know if something comes up that we can specifically support with. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Would anyone else like to address council and I this evening? Okay, seeing no one, I'll move on, beginning with bills and claims for June 30th, 2025. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demas?
I make a motion to approve bills and claims for June 30th, 2025.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Hickerson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, taking us to bills and claims for July 1st of 2025. Do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demas?
I make a motion to approve bills and claims for July 1st, 2025.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Hanson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, bringing us to the salaries for June 23rd, 2025. Do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demas?
I make a motion to approve the salaries for June 23rd, 2025.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Bingham. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining?
Abstaining.
The motion carries with Councilor Thompson abstaining. Okay, that brings us to new business. First up, we have a request from the Parks and Recreation Department for permission to bid the Rock Springs Family Recreation Center fire alarm system upgrade. Do we have a motion?
So moved, Your Honor.
Thank you, Councilor Thompson. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Zadi. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor.
Councilor Melonis.
So when we did our tour, JJ, you said there was one component that was bad, and we have to replace the whole system because of that one component. Or could you give us a little overview of what needs done on that fire alarm system?
Sure. There's one or two components that are failing, that are obsolete. We can't buy these. And the way that, as I understand, I'm going to give you a third grade level of my understanding of fire systems. But our notifier in there is also obsolete. The rest of the system is. And to get it to where we now meet code, it requires different voice-enabled notifications and all of the components around the entire building. They all have to fit in a system, so to speak. So yeah, we can't just piece and part this together, especially with regard to its importance to public safety. So what ends up happening is, yeah, the whole system does need a reboot. It's one of many systems that need a reboot in that building, as we're finding out with our 78-degree temperature in that building right now. But yes, it's a little thing that is causing the full overhaul. But if you're looking at this with a pre-maintenance perspective, this probably should have been done 5 to 8 years ago. Do you have anything more specific you want to get into?
Well, I know, didn't we just upgrade the alarm system at the Civic Center? That was going to be.
We did not. We recently, as of a couple weeks ago, came into compliance with some gauges and a backflow preventer for our downstairs sprinkler system. About 8 or 9 years ago, we got a new notifier box, which from what I understand, we were lucky to get because also obsolete. So somebody pulled it off a shelf somewhere. The Civic Center is at risk of having similar situations in it with that. So the fire notification system in there, if we have a couple pieces drop off, we could end up in a similar situation.
Well, I just know that the last couple of months have been all about recreation maintenance. And so we got to be very, very smart with our maintenance dollars on not whether it's the rec center, the golf course, civic center, everywhere I think we have to take a real close look at everything we're doing. I mean, there's a couple of obsolete parts. It's hard to believe that we couldn't get somebody in this whole wide world to make a couple parts, but I know when you start dealing with that fire suppression system.
I'd be happy to share with you the engineering and the reports from State Fire that we did so that we could make sure we come into compliance. And in my opinion, a lot of the reason that we're at where we're at is we've been replacing cheaply little component after little component instead of addressing systems. So that's why you see these systems failing, not as far from just the rec center and as far from just Parks and Rec. But ideally, during my tenure, we can start to address some of these things. But yeah, they come at kind of surprising costs.
So did we have that in the budget?
We did.
What was that dollar amount? You remember?
The dollar amount budgeted, I believe, was $200,000, and with some very soft quotes. Obviously, we're going to bid here. Soft quotes of around 185 to 195.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, bringing us to a request from the Parks and Recreation Department for permission to bid the Rock Springs Civic Center Gym Old Timers Building section roof replacement. Do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demas?
I make a motion to approve this request.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Zadi. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor.
Councilor Malonis?
Again. JJ, I really appreciate all you do. You wear a lot of hats. You cover a lot of bases, my friend. I see you do a lot. So anyhow, I've been talking to some people. What's kind of our vision here with the Civic Center and this roof? Are we trying to get a new 30-year roof or fix some leaks, or can you update us?
The bids that we put together, that once approved will go out here this next week, stipulate a 20-year roof, which is pretty standard for the TPO roofs that we're replacing. So we're working on the old timer side because those are the ones that are producing the most leaks and have resulted in mold, which we're trying to get abated and taken care of ideally, hopefully before the snow flies, but we'll see as far as what contractor availability goes. But as far as a long-term vision, I think that after we get some of our consulting done on the full scope of that building, I think it'd be easier at that point to figure out what a long-term vision is. With the scheduled closing in 2027, there's some moving parts there, of course. But I think that it's community interest, and I know it's Mayor Mickelson's interest to try to make sure that we can retain the usage of, at very least, the old timers. And right now, we have areas closed off because of mold, and abating that mold while still allowing a leaky roof is working against yourself. So we're trying to time this up and also kind of create some better drainage off that roof so that this doesn't happen so quickly again. So the idea is that, yeah, we can we can make sure the roof is good there. Ideally, we can find out what we need to do with stability on that and the whole building, but stability there and what can be done. But yeah, on the backside of getting our, full assessment from these engineers, then I think then it would give us a better place to say where we're going to divert money, where we're going to make for our future plans. It will inform all of council about what the actual impacts or costs are going to be over a 10-year span. So I wouldn't go as far as saying this has a definitive plan other than right now, get the leaks in that roof on the old side to stop leaking and abate that mold so we can get full utilization of that area.
Okay, so that was my question. Is the front, the new piece is TPO?
They're both.
And the back is metal.
It's the pitched over
Right.
the gym is metal, which it has a few leaks itself, which can be fixed in a different way. But the part where all that snow comes off that steel is TPO. And that's where we're having our major problem. So the roof that's just right there, that's TPO, doesn't have to only handle the load of whatever snow or rain falls there, but also the full square footage of that large steel roof. So it all comes down there. That was the design.
So are we going to try to get a bid for both front and back, or are we just trying to get a bid
No,
right now to fix the leaks? Or?
we're funded in our budget to ensure that we can cover the old side and the mold abatement, and I think we have more than enough. And then based on where bids come in and following the project, I don't think there would be enough money to do anything of real effect on the upper side.
So right now, we're just looking at putting a new roof on the old.
On the old side, yeah,
okay.
the part that we're seeing consistent leaking from, yeah.
Not to take up the whole meeting, but I know there's some groups out there trying to get donations and different things. Are we going to try to wait for that money to come in? Or are we going to go ahead and, you got the money in the budget, we're going to go ahead and go forward with the roof?
The money was always included in the budget regardless of the decision that was made around the Civic Center because of the historical importance of that section of the building. And I'm sure everybody is aware, if you allow water penetration to continue, that would be the end of it. So we are moving forward with the approval of council on addressing those leaks to prevent continued water penetration.
Okay, I got one last question, JJ. So we've done some improvements, some mold abatement, and some fire alarm repair down there. So kind of where are we at? We talked about those three things: mold, fire system, and the roof. We got those first two off, or?
So the fire system itself, the notifier, it's showing problems. It is not defunct. It does need to be replaced, but yeah, no, it's going to come at somewhat of a similar cost as what we're seeing with the rec center. But it's holding up right now. So the acknowledgement that it needs to be replaced, very true. But also, yeah, with the scope of everything that's immediate, yeah, that it's not resolved, but it's just not, we're crossing our fingers right now is what's happening.
So just for clarification, the Family Rec Center has a sprinkler system throughout the whole building, right? And the Civic only has it in the basement?
Correct.
Just a little bit?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, taking us to a request from the Engineering Operations and Public Services Department for permission to fill a vacant electrical inspector in the Building Inspections Department. Do we have a motion?
I'll move to approve that request.
Thank you, Councilor Zadi. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Demus. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor.
Councilor Bingham.
Just Paul, thank you for the explanation in the email that was sent out regarding this, so appreciate it.
Any further discussion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Malonis.
do you have to have a master's license in order for that position, Paul?
Your Honor, Councilor Malonis, the state did actually downgrade those requirements to journeyman level. So.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, taking us to our final item of new business this evening, a request from the Wyoming Horse Racing LLC for 18 liquor catering permits for the Sweetwater Downs live horse racing events on August 16th, 17th, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and the 29th through the 31st, and September 5th through the 7th, 12th through the 14th, 20th, 21st, 27th, and 28th of 2025, with Fridays from 3:30 p.m. until 7:30 p.m. and Saturdays and Sundays from 12:30 p.m. until 6 p.m. at the Sweetwater Events Complex. Do we have a motion?
I'll move to approve that request, Your Honor.
Thank you, Councilor Hickerson. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Thompson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, bringing us to resolutions. First up, we have Resolution 2025-82.
A resolution accepting and approving a memorandum of understanding fiscal year 2026 with the Rock Springs Chamber of Commerce and authorizing and directing Max Mickelson as mayor of the city of Rock Springs, Wyoming, and Matthew L. McBurnett as city clerk of the city of Rock Springs, Wyoming, to execute said memorandum of understanding on behalf of said city.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demus.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-82.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Hanson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, bringing us to Resolution 2025-83.
A resolution accepting and approving a Sweetwater County Transit Authority service agreement and authorizing Max Mickelson as mayor of the city of Rock Springs, Wyoming, to execute said agreement on behalf of the city of Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Hickerson.
move to approve Resolution 2025-83.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Thompson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, before we take a vote, I would add that JJ and I have been talking about some of the challenges that our community faces, and one thing that became very clear during the discussion around the Civic Center is that we have whole swaths of town, like the entire south half, where children do not have access to a recreational facility. They have no way to get to it. So while keeping the Civic Center open is really useful for that neighborhood, there are neighborhoods all over our community where children do not have that benefit. So we're going to reach out to Dwayne Pacheco with Star Transit to see if we can't work out a memorandum of understanding and come up with some sort of fixed route where a bus would go around town, pick kids up, take them to the Wrecker Civic, and then at a certain time, take them back to the bus stop so that families would have some predictability and understanding so that our whole community, every child has access to our facilities. So with that, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, bringing us to Resolution 2025-84.
A resolution accepting and approving a Ray Lovato Recycling Center service agreement and authorizing Max Mickelson as mayor of the city of Rock Springs, Wyoming, to execute said agreement on behalf of the city of Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demus?
I make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-84.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Thompson. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion carries unanimously, taking us to Resolution 2025-85.
A resolution accepting and approving a service agreement between the city of Rock Springs and the Rock Springs Young at Heart, and authorizing Max Mickelson as mayor of the city of Rock Springs, Wyoming, and Matthew L. McBurnett as city clerk of the city of Rock Springs, Wyoming, to execute said agreement on behalf of the city of Rock Springs.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Hanson.
I move to approve Resolution 2025-85.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Bingham. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, which brings us to Resolution 2025-86.
A resolution accepting and approving a Sweetwater County District Board of Health Service agreement and authorizing Max Mickelson as mayor of the city of Rock Springs, Wyoming, to execute said agreement on behalf of the city of Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor, I move to approve Resolution 2025-86.
Thank you, Councilor Thompson. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Hickerson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion carries unanimously, bringing us to Resolution 2025-87.
A resolution accepting and approving Amendment 2 to the fiscal year 2020 Air Service Improvement Plan Cooperative Agreement between Sweetwater County, Wyoming, the City of Green River, Wyoming, and the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming, and authorizing and directing Max Mickelson as mayor and Matthew L. McBurnett as city clerk to execute said Amendment 2 on behalf of the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Bingham.
move to approve Resolution 2025-87.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Ooh. Thank you, Councilor Hanson. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Bingham?
just a question. Is that normal to run that to 20, like 3 years, a few years, or how does that? Is this 2029?
I believe it's 4 years.
Insofar as my understanding, yes.
Your Honor, Councilor Bingham, I believe if you look at the original contract, there's provisions for 2 extensions that go through 2029. So it's kind of a complicated thing because part of it's the state agreeing with the county and then the county agreeing with the with the other entities to pay the not to exceed amounts. So there's a lot of moving pieces with that whole thing and a lot of legalese in there, I guess. But my understanding is there's 2 extensions.
My understanding is that we're just the ball boy with the major league hitters. Yeah, yeah. Very good. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, bringing us to Resolution 2025-88.
A resolution accepting and approving a City of Rock Springs historic train depot lease with Pinup Coffee LLC and authorizing Max Mickelson as mayor of the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming, and Matthew L. McBurnett as city clerk of the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming, to execute said lease on behalf of the city.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demus.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-88.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Thompson. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor.
Councilor
I just
Bingham.
want to state, we did meet with these folks that are going to be running this, just excited for some of their ideas moving forward, so support this request. Thank you.
Very good. Okay, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, bringing us to Resolution 2025-89.
A resolution accepting and approving revised job descriptions for the positions of Equipment Maintenance Mechanic 1 at pay grade 106, Equipment Maintenance Mechanic 2 at pay grade 107, and Equipment Maintenance Mechanic 3 at pay grade 108 for the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor.
Councilor Hickerson?
Yeah.
No, Thompson, sorry.
Either one.
I'll go for it.
Yeah, yeah.
I move to approve Resolution 2025-89.
I move that I should go get my hearing checked. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Councilor Hickerson.
It's the beard. You can't see.
All right. Just blurred over there. All right. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor.
Councilor Malonis.
So I'm sure, is that part of the reason we restructured this thing? Is a little hard to get help, good mechanics nowadays, Paul?
Your Honor, Councilor Malonis, in the past, when we have tried to hire a mechanic position, it has been difficult. And by restructuring this, I guess there was only one mechanic position as it exists now. And so if we had somebody that had a lot of experience, a lot of certifications and that sort of thing, we had no choice but to hire them at that level and pay them at a lower grade. So this gives us the ability to accept applications from higher experienced personnel, possibly hire them at a higher level if they qualify, and offer them and be able to draw that talent, I guess, It also gives the opportunity for the current employees to strive to better themselves, improve themselves, and advance through the department, as an incentive.
Okay, good. So I know with the mines and everything, it's really hard to try to compete with wages, but what does a equipment mechanic make for the city nowadays? Roughly.
I do not have those numbers off the top of my
You
head.
got them, Matt? So pay 107.
10 seconds out.
Sorry, just give me a minute. I have to switch.
Just
versions
curious.
here.
How much those be nowadays? Good mechanics are hard to find. Good anybody's hard to find.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Software is loading.
We can look it up later.
That's okay. It's a 106, right?
106, 107, 108.
They're probably close.
106 starts at 2740 for the minimum, and the maximum is 3698. Do you want the other ones too?
No, that's perfect. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Hearing no further discussion, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion carries unanimously, bringing us to Resolution 2025-90.
A resolution accepting and approving a revised job description for the positions of Fitness Instructor 1 at pay grade 102, Fitness Instructor 2 at pay grade 103, and Fitness Instructor 3 at pay grade 104 for the City of Rock Springs.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor.
Councilor Bingham.
Move to approve Resolution 2025-90.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Zadi. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion carries unanimously, bringing us to our final resolution of this evening, Resolution 2025-91.
A resolution accepting and approving a temporary employment agreement between the City of Rock Springs and James Anson, and authorizing Max Mickelson as mayor of the City of Rock Springs to execute said agreement on behalf of the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demus.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-91.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Thompson. Got it. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor.
Councilor Hickerson.
Will this gentleman be working a 40-hour work week during this period?
Your Honor, Councilor Hickerson, yes, he will be.
Okay.
He was in the position beforehand and retired. By law, when the other employee left employment, we have 90 days to fill that or we lose home rule. And this is, at least my assumption, is going to be a difficult position to fill. And Mr. Anson was willing to come back out of retirement. He doesn't need to be trained. He did it for 25 years and fill in until we can fill that position so we don't lose home rule. But he will be working 40 hours a week.
Could we talk him down to 20?
We actually, he'll be doing all of the inspections and everything else, and we truly need somebody to do that. He's gonna be busy though, especially during this time. This is a very busy time for that department.
I was going to say, I expect our contractors might be a little cranky.
Yeah.
Very good. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, which brings us to council updates.
Your Honor,
Councilor Demus?
I volunteered at the 48th Annual Air Race, which was a fun time. Then I took a tour of our remodeling airport. And then I worked at the mobile pantry food distribution. And that's all I've done.
That's such a good thing to do. I always look forward to it when we're in town. And we do have the Liberty Parade coming up on Friday. And we'll have the fire truck, and council is certainly welcome to join us as we walk down, what is that, Gateway Boulevard?
Yes.
Yeah. We'll meet behind the college there. And then I want to remind everybody that July 12th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. is International Days in Bunning Park. It's free admission. There's free activities for kids. It's a great opportunity to come celebrate all of the people that have made Rock Springs such a great place.
If I could.
Yes, sir.
Just real
Have at
quick, I wanted to talk about International Days too, but also at the end band, the last band is going to be a 70s rock band, kind of Boston Journey, that type of stuff. It's supposed to be really good out of Denver, so I encourage everybody to go. I was able to tour the airport as well, and if you haven't seen it, when you see it, it's going to be shocking. It's completely different. It's going to be really nice for our community, and I did talk to Devin about the race, and I can't remember if it was a vote by the pilots in that, but they really highly ranked Rock Springs for one of their favorite stops along the route. So that was really good to hear. The other thing is we do have National High School Finals Rodeo. They'll start coming in on the 7th, maybe. So I encourage everyone to go out and support that. We are short of volunteers as well. So if you have some time to spare, you want to help out and support your community and help that event, I encourage you to contact the events complex and see if what they may be able to utilize you for. So thank you.
I did that last year, and I signed up again this year. And I have to tell you, I volunteer for a lot of things, but that was one of the most fun events.
The people from all they're so nice. The families and everything. It's really kind of neat to see and be part of. So
I don't think I've heard "yes, sir," "thank you, sir" so much in 4 hours in my whole life. So yeah, no, there's lots of good stuff going on.
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Sorry. I can see it. Timed it just right, sir. Anyway, I just wanted to let you all know an update as far as the Rock Springs Resource Management Plan goes. We meet with the Bureau of Land Management, the county did, as we are a cooperator. And it appears the estimated start of the amendment process will be in July. So it'll be this month, hopefully, is what Ms. Kimberly Foster stated. So we're hopeful that RMP is something that is acceptable to the communities in the county as we move forward. And just let you know, we're still in it. And they're going to go through the environmental assessment process. So estimated time frame is about a year. So a lot quicker than the 14 or however long the previous resource management plan process. So just an update. Thanks.
Thank you. We're adjourned.